Welcome back to the channel. My name is Lee. We do a lot of from scratch cooking. Today I'm going to show you my monthly grocery haul. So I typically shop every 10 days, but once a month I do a massive shop, and I'm going to show you what sort of value you get for about $340 Australian. So here where I live 4 hours from Melbourne. So I don't have much choice as it goes going to fresh produce places and lots of butchers and everything that have lots of competition. I have choices of Woolworths, which is our major supermarket here in Australia. I have a IGA that used to be Foodworks. I used to get all my clearance stuff from there. They just changed hands and got rid of the butchers, so I'm so disappointed. And then we have an Aldi as well, so that's pretty good as well, but I'm not a fan of Aldi's meat or anything like that. So today is a full restock, and you're gonna see the good, the naughty, and the bargains that I like to get, and I'm going to show you where I also save as well. So the reason why I actually shop the way I do is that my supermarket is about a 20-minute drive from here, and I do have a general store in town, but the issue is it's really expensive. So I got eggs from there, I think 2 years ago, and they're $10 for a dozen. So a lot of money. And the thing is, like, driving 20 minutes to get single ingredients and everything, you're wasting time. It's going to take at least an hour to do that. And then also you're going to waste petrol as well. So I like to stock up items that I readily use. So anything that I see that is on sale or that I just use, I will stock up on. So you'll see stuff like shampoo, conditioner. Every time it's on special, I'll grab them and keep them stocked up. So I'll have maybe two, maybe three shampoos and conditioner in my storage. And having that little bit of storage means that I can take advantage of all the specials. And we all know that, honestly, the supermarkets are basically shafting us a little bit with the prices and everything. So we want to take advantage of that as much as possible. So every time I see something that I'll use and it's on sale, I'll grab one and I'll put it in storage, even though I don't need it. So there's a lot of things in my pantry or in my fridge that I buy multiple of, and especially if it's something that doesn't have a use by or anything like that, I do keep it stocked up. All right, so here's a grocery shop. It's pretty extensive. I haven't done one of these in a little while just because money's been a bit tight, but I decided to do a proper grocery haul. So I'm going to show you what I got. So firstly, I'm just going to start from this side and then we're going to work onto the other side. Got a new can opener. My can opener broke the other day, so I had to open some tins of peaches with a knife, and that was not good, so I've brought a new one. We have a potato shortage here in Australia. The farmers had a really bad crop yield and everything, and no one has potatoes. So when I was in Aldi today, I went there to get some special buys. They had potatoes, so I grabbed them anyway. You know what we do when there's a shortage. I got the low carb tortillas here. I just use them when I want to make like a breakfast wrap or something. I use them very sparingly. I don't use them too much. Then at the back here, I've got some fire spray. I've got 2 cans of cannellini beans and 2 cans of kidney beans. So these ones are grown in Italy, and I'm completely fine with Italy's standards. There is organic ones in the supermarket, but they say packed in Italy with imported items. So, you know, they could be from China for all we know. So I'd rather just get them. I've got some sandwich base because I'm going to do some meat prep. I've got a red onion, a capsicum, and a cucumber for some Greek salad. I've got some mandarins. I always try a few different varieties each time just to see what I like. And then I've got some pink lady apples, and all my fruit I typically just eat at work because that way I'm burning energy and everything, and I'll burn it off then. I've got some pita cherries. This goes great in a cobbler, so I'm going to do that again. That was amazing. I've got some roasted peppers. I'm going to do some meat prep, so I need that for them. I've got some just cheap soy sauce, not authentic or anything, but you know, it does the job for me. Corn flour just to restock the pantry. Custard powder, I've been feeling like custard lately, but I can't be bothered making it with eggs and everything, so got some of that. And then the naughty stuff, I've got some XO chicken and beef bouillon. These are my favorite ones. I don't do a lot of stock or anything like that, so every time I open up a bottle of actual stock or anything. It usually goes off or anything like that. And I don't have a lot of freezer space, so I just use them. I have 2 boxes of chocolate, so this isn't gonna last a month. This is 2 servings, okay? I'm gonna be honest, I eat probably a block at a time. Now, a block of chocolate, so a block of Cadbury in Australia is $8, and they're on special for $4. So I grab 2 of them. When they're gone, they're gone. Carrots are on special for $1.75, so I grab them. They keep perfectly in the actual fridge. These cookies were in the bakery, and they're on clearance about $3.30. Always get hungry when I'm shopping, so got them as a nice snack. I got these mixed nuts from Aldi, and that is because Woolworths used to carry a really cheap brand of mixed nuts, and it had Brazil nuts in it, and it was really good. And then I got rid of it, and I can't get it anymore. So I've got those because the nuts in Woolworths are just really cheap. I got 2 sweet potatoes because Woolworths were out of regular potatoes, and I love sweet potatoes, so all good with that. I've got 3 salads here. So I've got the beetroot feta salad, the Mexican salad, and the chili lime salad. So for most of my meals, I typically focus on a protein, and then I will do either veg or I'll do salads. And that's about it. I don't really follow many recipes. I will do a recipe every now and then as kind of like a special thing, but most of my meals are just either veggies or salad with some protein. And then asparagus is in season now, so that was $1.30 each. So I got a pole of them. Absolutely beautiful, barbecued on the barbecue with a steak. I've got a couple of broccolinis. They're not in season anymore, so they've gone up a little bit now. But I love broccolini. For some reason, I cannot stand like just normal broccoli. I've got some thyme for a recipe for one of our meat recipes. And then as it goes meat, I have a freezer already full of meat from like clearance meat and everything. So I didn't buy much meat, but I got this bone-in chicken marinade, 2 of them. They were reduced, so I'll give them a go. I find when stuff's on clearance, I'll get it and try it out. That way I'll find if I like it or not. So I have this pork shirring roast, and that's like in a honey mustard marinade. And then I've got pork leg roast, and that was, I think, $9 a kilo. Pretty good. And then at the back here, we have our Gippsland dairy yogurt. This stuff is amazing. So when it's on special, always grab one. A little bit naughty because it has a lot of sugar in it. So with ice creams, and I've got a Ninja Creamy, but I just don't have rooms for the containers at the moment. So these are on special. So Norco is an Australian company and Australian made as well. Their products are actually really good, so I actually like buying them. So we got the caramel pecan pie ice cream there, and that was like $8. And then we had the Cape Byron mango macadamia, and that was $5 on clearance for some reason. So I don't know if they're getting rid of them. Hopefully not, because they're actually really good ice creams. And then I got 2 of the Sara Lee custard danishes, and I just keep these in the freezer. They're a wonderful dessert. And so for the other side, I got a bottle of full cream milk. So you just use that for coffees mostly. If I have full cream milk in my fridge, I'm fine. I can usually make do with frozen veggies and everything. So if I'm a bit tight on money or something like that, as long as I've got milk for coffee, I'm fine. I got this whole organic extra creamy milk. That was on clearance, and I'll use that first for my coffee. So that's going to be absolutely amazing. I got some cream for the Ninja Creamy, even though I haven't been doing it, but I keep buying cream, and I hopefully will use it this time. I got some pineapple juice for my Saccharomyces boulardii ferment. That turns out really good. These Twiggy sticks, the Sonia brand, is really good. So if you're looking for like a little snack or something, these ones are really good. I prefer these over the Primo brand. And then I got some ham and some prosciutto, and these are both for a meat recipe. And I'm going to do a full video on a few different butcher style meats that we can keep in the freezer, and it's going to be absolutely amazing. I've got some Greek feta for a Greek salad. Devondale Colby cheese. This is my favorite cheese, so I always grab that. Australian cheese. Got a couple of camemberts for the actual meat recipes I'm doing. And then I got some cheese. So I've got a tasty cheese and a mozzarella cheese. So with this cheese, if you're from Australia and you grew up with Franklin's, you're probably looking at this and going, wait, is Franklin's back or something? No. So this is called the Big Cheese Company, and it's actually made by Devondale. So same company as them. It's a decent cheese and it's a decent price as well. Devondale also make the Woolworths shredded cheese as well. So I always try buy Australian dairy where possible because I really do see the difference. New Zealand dairy is pretty good. I did see something in the supermarkets as well though, and that is when I was looking at butter, I needed to get some more butter, and I was so disappointed because I actually saw American butter in our supermarkets, and it's not grass-fed bloody American butter either. It's that white, pale, yucky butter, and my heart sank because Australians have really good dairy and we're bringing that crap into Australia. And if you want to know the difference, here in Australia, most of our dairy is brought up on pasture. And even though we're in a drought and everything, we try and keep them on pasture, and all that vitamin D and everything and all the nutrients from all the grass and everything make it nice and yellow. And in America, the conventional dairy is disgusting, because they keep their cows basically in a little cage. They can't even move around. And they just stand there, they eat, they shit, and then they go for a walk to get milked. And that's it. That's their day. It's pretty bad. And that's why the dairy is so white, because they're not in the sun or anything. They're just kept in these little stalls, and it's just not good. So a couple of last things that I've missed. So I got the Fuzzy Cat biscuits. I like buying these ones because they have the least fillers in it, and they use a pea protein compared to actual carbohydrates to actually bind the actual meat together. So I buy that for Felix. As it goes cat food, I always buy him Felix cat food, and that's because I find it has the least fillers and everything in it. Now, as it goes pricing, Felix cat food, I usually get it for about $8.50 at Woolworths. If I can't get it then, Bunnings Warehouse is actually really good for getting cheap cat food as well, or at a good price anyway. And then I got Dynamo, almost out, so I decided to just get that one. That was on sale for $14, and it's about the same price as actually getting the big jugs from Bunnings Warehouse. It's actually reasonably priced at Bunnings Warehouse, and the same as Costco. And then one other spot where I really do save, as it goes with the cat as well, is kitty litter. So as it goes kitty litter, I stopped buying kitty litter from the actual supermarkets, and that's because the kitty litter just does not last. I'm changing the kitty litter every single week. So what I actually got onto, and that was thanks to my sister, is if you go to your feed store and you buy pelleted horse bedding, and what you do is you just put that into your litter tray, and it's just made of pressed pine chips, and literally I find that it lasts maybe 2-3 weeks, and I've got one cat, but a huge bag of it costs about $25, and I find it lasts probably about 3 months. So that's probably somewhere we can also save as well. Now also, I would rather shop around. So if I had the choice to actually go to a greengrocer and a meat place like Sacca's or anything like that, I love going to Sacca's when I'm in Melbourne, and I go there every time, but I don't go to Melbourne that much. So every time I go to Sacca's, I usually get my cheap meat, and I'll come back and bring it back and do it that way. Unfortunately, living 4 hours from Melbourne, you've just got to, deal with it. So you would have also noticed I didn't actually have any bread or any real bread products. I did have a couple of like sweets and everything there, but that's probably all the carbohydrates that I really actually buy. I still eat bread, and I still eat pasta, and I still eat rice, but I might only eat them maybe once a month, and most of my meals are just meat and veg, very simple, which means I don't need as many ingredients and everything, so I don't buy a lot of single ingredients or anything like that. So the reason why I don't do a lot of bread is, one, I actually don't feel great after eating it. I do feel a little bit sluggish, so I've noticed that while I was doing low carb, so I've kind of kept it like that. Secondly, I've been finding out that it's responsible for a lot of things, fatty liver, even cholesterol. It's not actually from the fat in our meat or butter, it's actually from our bread. And I can post a link to something down below just discussing that as well, which is quite fascinating. And so this is what I got for my $340. So how does it compare to your area? Do you think that's good value, or do you think it's an absolute rip-off? I'm keen to know. How much is your chocolate back home? So 180 gram block of Cadbury, how much is it? Because $4 on sale, $8 for the original price, absolute freaking rip-off. So that reduced clear milk that I actually got, it was a little bit questionable as it goes. It was tasting a little bit tainted and it wasn't tasting great in my coffees. So what I actually decided to do is turn it into yogurt. So what I did was I put it into the stove and I heated it up to 82 degrees. I kept it at that for about 10 minutes. And then I cooled that right down to about body temperature. And then I stirred in a tub of yogurt into it. And this yogurt I just keep in my fridge. It's just a little tub that costs about $2. And I keep it in the fridge for when I'm going to actually make more yogurt. And it's really convenient. So I just pour that into the actual warmed milk. And then I pour it into my yogurt maker. So hopefully in 12 hours, I'll have some delicious Greek yogurt that I can turn into a low carb frozen yogurt and then use creamy. So thanks for watching and I hope to see you soon. Bye.